I think only people in Colorado will understand this. Why bother doing what I'm doing? It matters because all right, good morning. It is Friday, January 17th. Evie already came out and took care of the hens, and kids are out playing already. So we are. Yesterday was Henley's birthday, so I worked half day and then took the rest of the day off and spent that with Henley and the family, and then we've got a little extension today, so we're gonna take him. We're taking him. I think only people in Colorado will understand this. So there's a place here called Casa Bonita. It's a Mexican restaurant, kind of. I mean, the big attraction is it's really not the food. It's not. We're not going there for the restaurant, but they've got like cliff divers, and they've got this cave, and they've got all sorts of things. It's just this. It's an attraction in Colorado, so we're heading there. They just renovated it. Natalie and I went when we were kiddos. And I don't really remember. It was one of those memories where you've got like flashback memories. And then they kind of shut down. The South Park guys bought it and renovated it and revamped it. So it's like a whole new thing. And I hear the food's a little better because the food wasn't the greatest thing in the world. You didn't really go there for the food. You went there for the attraction. So anyways, our kids don't know where we're going. They've never heard of it. They don't know what it's about. They keep asking, what are we doing? What are we doing? So we're heading there here for lunch. And so anyways, we're extending today's Henley birthday. We're gonna go check that thing out. So we're excited. I think Natalie and I we're excited just because it brings back childhood memories, and we haven't been since they've renovated. So it'll be fun for the kids, but I think Natalie and I we're excited to go check it out too, because it's been years. It's probably been 30 plus years since we've been there, and yeah, it'll be fun. It's gonna be a fun couple hours. So we're gonna get these chores knocked out and then head there and finish up Henley's birthday. He is 7. He turned 7 yesterday. It just blows our mind. All you parents out there, I know it blows your mind when these kids just, every birthday, I mean, it feels like it flies by. So every year that these kids get older, it's just, it's something to remember. You want to embrace these times, right? I mean, Evie's going to be 10 here in a couple months, and my goodness, she's already halfway done under our care, which, it's crazy. Anyways, so it's every year that we have these birthdays for our kids, it's just a reminder to embrace this time with your kiddos, because you know, Evie's gonna be out of here in 8 years, which is just crazy off on our own. So okay, all right, enough about that. Let's go get these cows. We're gonna get Annabelle milk to get these cows out, and then we're gonna go get ready and take these kids on a surprise. They still don't know where we're going. Hi, cows. So a couple of videos ago, I think I was at the gate closing out a video, and I think it was the one where I left the gate open. I think I was talking about why we close that gate, why we bring them up. I think it was that video. And then right at the end, I saw June mount Annabelle, and I'm like, well, that's not good. They're supposed to be pregnant. I was looking up and reading on it. think it's pretty normal. So they call it a false heat. It's hormonal. I mean, they're going through all their hormonal changes. So it's not, or it is common that these cows that are pregnant will experience these false heat symptoms where they're mounting and things like that. So in the moment it freaked me out, right? Because we've been trying to get this girl pregnant for so long, and then all of a sudden I can't remember who mounted who, but somebody was mounting someone, and all three of them are supposed to be pregnant, so it kind of tripped me out a little bit. But I think we're good. I think we're good there. So it's nice and sunny today. It's still pretty chilly. It says it feels like 17 out. But that sun's coming out. It feels pretty good. We've got this, what is it? Arctic Blast? Mm-hmm. Arctic Blast. I don't know. Coming in. What's that?
-8 on Monday or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be
15?
less than that, I think. It's going to be cold. Tomorrow. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is supposed to be the worst. Like, yeah, Natalie was saying like -18 or -8 or something like that. Usually, when it says it's going to be -18 with the wind chill, it'll feel like, I mean, it could be like -20, -30. We'll see, but it's going to be cold. We're prepping the cow's loafing shed. I'll throw some more hay in there. Chickens should be fine. Chickens will be fine. Again, as long as they don't get wet, they'll be good. Yeah, we'll keep we'll keep the sides closed. We opened them up today because the sun is out. It's supposed to be like 40, 50 degrees today. It's chilly, but it's getting warmer. So give those chickens some ventilation today, and then they're going to be locked up for the next 3 days. How did she get that clock?
She jumped up because she was biting
Okay, can
me.
you stop yelling?
What?
Are you okay? Out. So I was planning on going and getting more hay. We're about, and I knew we'd be a little shy, we're about 65 bales short to get us through. I like to have enough hay to get us through mid-April, which may be overkill, but I usually end up with an extra 20 bales at the end of the year or in the spring, which is fine. I'd rather have more every now and again if we need to feed them a couple flakes or whatever that looks like throughout the spring, summer, and then early fall. I'd rather have more on hand than not enough. So I was planning to go do that tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know what this weather's gonna bring, what this Arctic blast is gonna bring. I would really like to go get that and be done with it, but we'll see. We'll see how much snow we get and how cold it is tomorrow. We'll just kind of play it by ear. But one of these days, over the next couple of weeks, I know I need to go get about 65 more bales. So we'll see. We'll see what the weather does. Okay, so I will continue. I'm gonna continue to hone in on this every now and again, but why bother doing what I'm doing? It'd be so much easier just to throw some hay out anywhere and just let the cows have at it, right? So it is super important to be very intentional on where I want my cows to graze. So I was just canvassing, I was just looking. You can see this devastated area. So this is where you see these devastated areas throughout the pasture. This is where we had our hogs. I mean, you can tell where we had this shelter. It's right here. So why does it matter? Why spend the extra time? And again, look, I'm talking to you and I'm doing this recording, so it's taking a little longer, but honestly, an extra 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes a day, to be intentional with where you're placing your hay and where you want your cows to graze. Why does it matter? It matters because we like our pigs being pigs. We want them out here pasture raised, doing what they do naturally. And what pigs do naturally is they root. They're gonna root, they're gonna destroy an area. So this area, we only had these hogs, we had 7 hogs last year. We only had these hogs in this particular area for 7 days. So in 1 week, they did this damage. So why does it matter what we're doing now? Why spend the extra 5 to 10 minutes bringing hay out and covering up the bare ground? Well, we don't want the ground to be bare. We need the ground to be covered, right? So that in the spring, so what we're doing is we're throwing hay on all this devastation. Cows are gonna come out, they're gonna eat 95% of it. They're gonna leave some of it, and that's what we want. We want the ground to be covered with whatever scraps they leave. They're also out here pooping, peeing, fertilizing, doing all their things, making the ground better than it was before we found it. So by intentionally placing our cattle right here, they're gonna be out here for a good hour doing their thing, eating, pooping, peeing on this devastated area. We're accomplishing so many things so that next spring this ground is covered. And what the pigs did is they were down there rooting, finding dormant seed that's going to sprout in the spring and the summer. Well, that seed's gonna have a really hard time sprouting if the ground's not covered, right? Those little seedlings need the cover from the intense sun. So we're allowing the leftover hay that the cows don't eat to cover the ground. We're allowing them to fertilize the ground so that this area is so much better in the spring, so that we can continue to graze our cattle here year after year after year, and we don't just devastate it by overgrazing and not being intentional with what we're doing in the winter, in the fall, in the winter, in the early spring months. All right, so there you go. You can see, I mean, this is obvious where we had the shelter. So I really wanted to cover that area. The pigs really did a number over here as well. And these cows are just gonna spread this. They're gonna eat what they need, and then they're gonna spread the rest. And then every single day, you know, tomorrow we'll be here. The next day we'll go to the next paddock. And we've been doing this all winter. You know, next week we'll be here. I look for these devastated areas. Some of these areas we've hit already, and it's not gonna be perfect. Am I gonna get 100% cover this winter? No. We also graze them over on the next paddock, which they haven't been on in a while. So towards the end of winter, we'll move them back over there, and I'll start throwing hay on the devastated areas over there. Is it gonna be perfect? No. So the idea and the thing to watch out for is in the spring and the summer, when I start grazing the cattle out here, and then we get pigs and chickens and turkeys again, we just need to be aware of these areas. The last thing in the world I want to do in the spring is bring the hogs back in here. If this devastated area is still devastated, we want to avoid it. We want to allow the grass to grow back. So we're gonna graze them in other areas until this devastated area comes back, and then we hit it again. Or we skip it for a year or two. It just depends. It depends on what the grass does. So hope that makes sense. Hope you can justify an extra 5 to 10 minutes just to, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the time. Just to have a sustainable area for your animals forever. I mean, you can do this forever if you manage it correctly without devastating the land. Okay, we're gonna call it a day. As always, appreciate each and every one of you. If you find value in what we're doing here, hopefully you're able to pick up a tip, a trick, a golden nugget to help you in your homesteading journey. That is a win for what we're doing here. Look, we're all in this together. Love the feedback, love the comments, would love for you to subscribe, and appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Catch you next time.